Hello guys, it is TechOS here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Microsoft Surface Pro 6. I want to apologize in advance for the microphone quality. I was using a different camera, and I will use a different camera next time, and hopefully the microphone quality will be better. But here's the video. Microsoft Surface Pro 6 is a very nice device. It has an excellent camera for a tablet. I think it is an 8 megapixel camera. The webcam supports virtual background and Face ID. It has Face ID built in. It does not have any fans. It is 100% fanless. This model is 128 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and Intel Core i5. The ports on this, the only port it is missing is a USB Type-C port and the mini display port. I guess that is kind of a letdown because it is not HDMI or something like that, but for a smaller device I can see why it's like this, because most MacBooks actually have this too, which is interesting because, well, I think it's good that they did a mini display port so it doesn't I think it's good that they did a mini display port so it doesn't take up so much room on the computer, and then they have more room inside for internal stuff like RAM and stuff like that, which makes it a better device. The logo right here, it's a very nice logo. It kind of looks like a mirror a little bit, it reflects. And then this is the camera right here. Let me just angle this up a little bit. That's the camera, and then there's two microphone. I don't know, one of them is a microphone definitely, but I don't know what the other one is. But there's two dots up there, and then right here you have the kickstand. The kickstand functions very good. It has a large amount of viewing rotations. And then this is the best one for drawing if you have the stylus, which the stylus does not come with it, and then it kind of makes it in a angle that's kind of upright, so it's better than paper for drawing. And then on the other side you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which the battery just snapped to this magnetic thing. As a magnetic spot for the stylus. The 3.5mm headphone jack is right there, and then this is a spot where you can find a good grip to open this. And then, alright, I'm going to open it up as soon as I tell you what you can do with these two ports. There's an adapter sold on Amazon by a lot of different sellers, and there's a lot of different versions of it. I don't know if Microsoft sells one, but I know there's sellers in Amazon that sell something like this. But there's a adapter that plugs into both of these ports. It's meant for the Surface, so it's widely spaced, and it kind of has a little bit more bulk to it, but then it adds HDMI, two USB-A ports, and also adds a USB Type-C port, which is nice. Alright, let's open this up. Alright, I opened it up and it is unlocked. I will show you how quick the Face ID is. As soon as I opened it up, the Face ID went on, so it is very quick, so I'm going to need to turn it off and get out of the view so it does not show my reflection. Alright, and see, this is how quick the Face ID is. I'm going to go right now. And then just unlocked. And then it runs Windows pretty smoothly. You can adjust the size of the icons, you can adjust the cursor. I did that, and then you can adjust this, like you can do on any Windows computer. The touch screen completely gets rid of the cursor, which is pretty nice, and it does that. And then in order to left click, you just have to hold something. I'm holding the Windows icon, and then it has these options. The trackpad, this is a different review, but the trackpad is smaller than regular trackpad, but it's smaller trackpad is actually awesome for this because it the keyboard, so that the keyboard doesn't extend off so that it just covers the screen, that's it. And then the keyboard is a membrane keyboard, I think. Definitely not mechanical, because I've never seen a keyboard with mechanical keys. Laptop keyboard, sorry. Not a, I've definitely seen a mechanical keyboard on a desktop, but not on a laptop. Of course you can plug a mechanical keyboard into the USB spot, but that would work. Another thing is that the battery lasts a long time. I'm at 72% right now, and I don't think I've charged it since yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. I haven't charged it. The last time I charged it was the day before yesterday, and I'm on power mode. I'm on battery recommended. Best performance, I've not tested it with this, and I haven't tested the battery life because I have never let this battery die. There's something that it does to save battery called hibernating mode, so that when it's asleep it conserves power, and then but then it takes just a little bit longer to boot up. Not as long as a full restart, but it takes a little bit. It shows the Windows logo, it shows a little loading sign for like 3 seconds, and then it boots up. You see that you can run emulators on this pretty smoothly. I have tried Fortnite on this, because you see the Epic Games Launcher right here. Fortnite runs pretty smoothly on this, actually. It runs at medium settings with 40 FPS, which is pretty good. The only other thing is that I don't know if this is a problem with the connector between the keyboard and the Surface keyboard connector, or if it's a problem with the keyboard, but I have noticed that sometimes when you try to game on this, you're moving, then you can't use the trackpad, and then sometimes if you're using the trackpad you can't move at the same time. But I have been able to move at the same time. It might be a software issue and Windows might fix it in the future, but that's the only problem I've seen with this for gaming. And yeah, and then a few times for Fortnite I've seen that the textures haven't loaded in properly, but I think if you put this on 30 FPS for Fortnite, it will load in the textures just fine. I found I had the same problem on my main computer, because I was on unlimited FPS, but then when I switched it to 60, it was running Fortnite at 60 FPS, and the textures were loading in properly. You see that it has the same keys as a normal computer, has the Windows key, does not have the numpad right here, but that's fine because you don't really see the numpad on most laptops. Only on gaming laptops and larger laptops you see that. And then other than that, it has keyboard brightness function for F7 and F6, volume functions right here. You can see right here, that's the volume right here, and you can drag this. That's my only confusion of Windows, is that on the keyboard it will, if you adjust the volume with the keyboard, it will appear right here. If you adjust the volume with if you adjust the volume by doing this, it appears down there, and then you can also use the touch function for that too. But let's look at the camera. I added a camera in my start menu. Sorry, I'm gonna get out of the view so it doesn't. Oh, it's going like this. Oh, I put it on whiteboard mode. This is the 8 megapixel back camera. This is the back. It is scanning surfaces pretty well. Detecting that as a document, which I think most devices do. Photo, video, panorama, all work pretty well. It has, though I think Windows needs to upgrade their camera software a little bit. That's it. Zoom. Then it gets a little. It does not have optical zoom, so you lose quality the more time you zoom in. The Microsoft Surface Pro 7 does have the USB-C port, which is good. And then up here, it actually has a separate camera for Face ID, I think. Well, it has something to help it with Face ID. I know that. It might still use the main camera for Face ID. I do not know. The other game I've tried on this has been emulator games meant for mobile. Like, I have two emulators. Emu, I don't know what that is. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's been a pretty good Android emulator. When BlueStacks takes too long to load up, BlueStacks sometimes it takes around 20 seconds for it to load up. When Emu it thinks I have a problem with it, and that's why I'm closing it. But Emu, whatever it's called, it takes, I don't know, 10 seconds to load up. But anyway, that is basically it. Another thing about this, it has about 1 centimeter bezels, which the bezels are all even, which is good, something that Apple does not do in the tablets. They make the top bezels thinner than the side bezels. Like, for example, this iPad right here. Let me angle it. You see that the top bezel, it has around the same bezel, except this one's about an inch bezel, this one's about, I don't know, a little less than a centimeter bezel. But, it has pretty good screen size, too. But that's basically it for this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, my next, Minecraft animation is going to be a series of animations called the 7 Elements, and I will leave a link to the description. I'll leave a link in the description of the video I talk about that more. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you do not want to miss that new Minecraft animation I'm going to post and any more of my future uploads. It really helps me out. Thank you. Bye.